Hey, what's up? My name is Brandon Simmons, and I'm a writer for Boss Sports. I'm going to give you my Western Conference playoff predictions. The first matchup that I have is between the Golden State Warriors and the New Orleans Pelicans. The Pelicans beat the Spurs to get into the playoffs, so they're feeling pretty good about themselves right now. They feel like they're on a hot streak. However, the Warriors have beaten every team this whole season to become the #1 team in the league. On top of that, they've remained top in offense and defensive categories, and they boast an MVP candidate in Stephen Curry. So I'm going to give this series to the Warriors in 5 games. New Orleans might steal a game from the Warriors, but that's all they'll probably do to the Warriors during the series. The next matchup is going to be the Houston Rockets against the Dallas Mavericks. Houston is trying to answer their critics that they can actually get past the first round. And so far, they play at a high level despite key injuries to Terrence Jones and Dwight Howard. Dallas is a stacked team. They still have Nowitzki, who's still their man down in Big D. They host a bunch of other talent as well. Guards Monte Ellis, Tyson Chandler is back, Amari Stoudemire, just loaded everywhere. But still, they've kind of played at the bottom of the barrel, if you will, remaining around 6 or 7 throughout the entire season. So I think the Rockets will actually take it to Dallas, and this won't be a short series at all. Believe that. It's already an in-state rivalry, and this is just heightened by playoffs. Houston is going to take this series in 6 games. The next matchup that I have is the Clippers versus the Spurs. This is pretty much an interesting matchup as well, as the Clippers are trying to answer their critics that they can actually make a serious championship run. I think the person with the biggest to prove in this series will be Chris Paul. You know, ever since he got crossed up by Steph Curry a couple weeks ago, he's had like a huge chip on his shoulder that he's not washed up, that he's still CP3, that he can still bring it night in and night out. This will definitely be a test, given that the Spurs haven't played their best, but they got hot at the right time, which is around the postseason time, which is what they always do. So I expect this series to go 7 games, and I'll give it to the Clippers in Game 7. Last matchup will be between the Portland Trail Blazers and the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, the Trail Blazers are coming in at 4th seed, but they will not have home field advantage, or home court advantage, if you will, due to the fact that Memphis has the better record. So, with that being said, look for Portland to just play lights out like they did last year, despite an injury to Wesley Matthews. Now, with that being said, do not sleep on the Grizzlies. This is going to be another series that may go 7 games as well. Because when you still have Zach Randolph as well as Marc Gasol, then you still have a chance. So the Grizzlies, they might not look like much during the regular season, but when it comes to the playoffs, they are definitely beasts on the floor. So I'm going to give the edge to Portland just because I believe that, you know, they have a little bit more fight in them for this year. So those are my Western Conference playoff predictions. I'm Brandon Simmons for Boss Sports.